This morning, SBI Holdings and a few other groups officially turned on XRP. We're going to talk about that and some other amazing news about the world's cash supply because, well, the markets are in a different state when the money supply hits an all-time high. To put it another way, there may be more money in circulation, but people have more money to spend. This means that inventory fees and cryptocurrency fees are really going through the roof. Okay, there's an interesting event happening with money right now, and I need to show you a small figure that shows a lot of... Allow me to show you exactly what I mean. This is a chart that shows the economic or cash supply boom and recovery since 2000. It's easy to see that there is a link between cash supply and economic and monetary problems. The best ones are right here, where you can see that there has been a big rise in cash supply as the markets took off because the cash printer kept going. The same code with the 2008 economic crisis right here shows that right after that disaster, there was a big rise in cash supply. This means that by printing a lot of money, the Fed is completely changing the way the economy works to their benefit. When there is gross inflation because the money supply is rising so quickly, they start quantitative tightening, which makes interest rates go up. We had a big drop after the printer turned on because of this. Also, the cash delivery went crazy and very fast. The amount of money in circulation goes down and stock prices go down because of tightness. They really mess with the world's financial order. Also, I want to show you what happened right here. After the 2020 pandemic, this became the biggest amount of money in U.S. history, and in 2020 and 2021, it hit all-time highs. It goes without saying that we noticed as soon as we saw how crazy high inflation was and the Federal Reserve began quantitative tightening, the total amount of cash in circulation dropped by a huge amount until we hit this crazy time that we haven't seen in 40 years. This chart shows where things went wrong. You can see, though, that things are starting to happen again. Interest rates are going up, which means more cash is coming in. We are now back to the pre-pandemic stages, where rates are around 5%. We will be in trouble if we keep rising at the same rate we are now. All over the world, stocks are likely to go through a crazy bull run, especially if the Federal Reserve prints more money, which I think will happen sometime around the end of 2025. If this does happen, very closely to what happened in 2008 and 2020, it could make the bull run much stronger. But we have to wait and see what the Fed does, because it could have a lot of other effects as well. You can only get information about the effects Trump's tariffs have had on the market from news releases, so I have to tell you what happens. Reuters said that 25% of priceless things in Canada and Mexico are behind schedule because of a lack of resources. Trump says right away that this is not true. Reuters basically said in a story that Trump will delay his tariffs until March instead of February 1st. It came out the day before or the day before. No, that's not right, Trump said on TV. We're going to put These are the market changes that happen when tariffs go into effect on February 1st. The markets don't like things that can't be priced, and there's a good reason why the costs of goods and services should go up. These are two things that can be changed by tariffs and other terms. The USA put the price list up first because they want some time to start making things in their own country. It will take a few years, though, because you can't just open a plant overnight and start making things you can't make now. They will have to raise the prices of the things they send to the US if they want to keep making money. Grow crops, especially when there is a national tax that charges a fee for every item that leaves a certain country, like in Canada. America will have to spend billions of dollars on infrastructure and build many companies over a number of years in order to make up for all the goods and services they pay more for now. In the meantime, U.S. customers will have to pay more for goods and services from Mexico and now China, where Trump has put a 10% tax on all goods and services across the country. This will happen over the next few years. All of those goods and services, which will definitely lead to something strange. What I don't know is how this will affect the markets. On the one hand, paying more might make the money delivered go down, but because consumers may have cash on hand and more money going to Mexican, Chinese, and Canadian businesses that have to charge more for their goods and services because they have to pay this tariff, more money is likely to go to the government. This is like lying, so how do we know that the government will be held more accountable with this money? How can we know that everyone around the world will be smarter about how they spend this money? We have never seen anything like this in modern history, so we have no idea how much this will cost. Most experts, though, think that it will only make things more expensive for people and businesses, and that it will take a few years for the US to start making its own goods. Having said that, a lot is happening with XRP, and I'd like to share some really cool things that founders, especially the founder of Arrington Capital, have said about it. It seems like more and more people are using XRP, but we can't say for sure because we don't have a lot of past data to clearly look back on for national tariffs, especially from the 21st century. It makes me pretty excited. So I'd like to share this video with you all. Even though there are Bitcoin maximalists, everyone says that XRP is bad, and I don't understand why. To put it another way, the division of this company is crazy. They don't try to be something they're not, which makes me think they might be a real company. They're right about one thing: moving money quickly and cheaply. It's also great because it fills a huge need, and I just did the equal part with the intention of denominating in Ripple and XRP, which is definitely right. Spent more than $50 million into the business in Ripple and XRP in just 2 seconds for a mere 30 cents. This is great. We can't do this with cash or Bitcoin because it's too expensive and takes too long, so it meets a very useful need for us. Also, even if our LPs eventually cash out, which we hope will never happen, we will just send them the money in XRP again whenever they want some of it again. There are no 3-day expect global wires or eventually wait for us wires. We're not paying twine costs, etc. As a result, putting aside the sectarian and clan fights, it does a few things very well, which is why we are interested in it. Since we are using XRP, I'm no longer a special pledger for XRP. An RLP hires me, but I don't work for them. We know what we need to hear because we spend. I guess other people who have had XRP